The Zodiac Killer. Northern California, late 1960s. A place where young couples parked along quiet roads, where the streets of San Francisco buzzed with music, protests, and a generation in transition. But beneath that energy, a shadow began to take form. A man who struck without warning, who contacted newspapers with threats, who signed his letters with a crossed circle symbol, a mark that would become legendary. He called himself Zodiac. And for decades, his identity has remained a riddle carved into American true crime history. The Zodiac story unfolds through 4 confirmed attacks, each one baffling investigators, not for what was done, but for how it was done. 2 teenagers out on a quiet December night were attacked near their car. With no witnesses and no clear motive, police were left with only questions. Just months later, 2 more victims were approached in a parked vehicle. Shortly afterward, a calm and steady voice called the police from a payphone. He described the attack in detail. He claimed responsibility for both crimes. For the first time, the world heard the voice of the Zodiac. A daytime attack. A hooded figure. A crossed circle symbol drawn onto a victim's car. The message was unmistakable. The Zodiac was escalating. A San Francisco taxi driver was attacked during his shift. This time, Zodiac left behind fingerprints, partial, smudged, inconclusive. But it showed something else. Zodiac wasn't afraid of cities. He wasn't afraid of risk. He wasn't afraid of the police. Those attacks became the backbone of the case. The crimes were unsettling, but what followed was far stranger. Zodiac wasn't finished. He wanted attention. And he knew exactly how to get it. In August 1969, newspapers across the Bay Area received nearly identical letters. Inside each envelope, a handwritten note, a demand that the letters be printed publicly, and a cipher Zodiac claimed would reveal his identity. He signed with the now infamous crossed circle. The newspapers debated printing the letters. Police worried it would embolden him. But Zodiac threatened further attacks if they didn't comply. So, the letters were published. The public panicked. And Zodiac got exactly what he wanted: worldwide attention. The Zodiac ciphers became one of the greatest cryptographic challenges in modern history. A high school teacher and his wife cracked the first major cipher within a week. The message revealed Zodiac's desire for notoriety but no identity. His promise remained unfulfilled. This cipher stood as a wall, filled with symbols, reversed letters, and patterns no one understood. Finally, in 2020, an international team used advanced software to decode it. Zodiac claimed he was not afraid of death, and once again offered no name. Some remain a mystery even today. Were they real? Were they misdirections? Or did Zodiac enjoy watching the world chase ghosts? The ciphers became his voice, a taunting, cryptic whisper that investigators could never fully silence. Despite the terror Zodiac created, the investigation faced major roadblocks. Multiple police departments handled different crime scenes. Communication between agencies was limited. Tips flooded in by the thousands, overwhelming investigators. Physical evidence was often compromised by curious onlookers. Witness descriptions varied dramatically. Early DNA methods were decades away. Even the letters, Zodiac's greatest clue, offered contradictions. Some handwriting appeared inconsistent. Linguistic experts disagreed about authorship. Not all letters were confirmed as genuine. Zodiac wasn't just a killer. He was a strategist, a manipulator, a performer, and he knew exactly how to stay one step ahead. Over the years, more than 2,500 people have been investigated as potential Zodiac suspects. But 3 names rise above the rest. Arthur Leigh Allen was the prime suspect for decades. Lived near many crimes locations. Owned a watch with the Zodiac symbol. Had troubling personal history. Was pointed to by acquaintances. But handwriting experts disagreed. DNA did not match. No hard evidence ever tied him to the crimes. Allen died in 1992, never charged, never cleared. Or Richard Gaikowski, a journalist connected to newspapers that received Zodiac letters. Voice allegedly matched the police call. Lived in the Bay Area. Appeared in online investigations. But again, no physical evidence. And Lawrence Kane, considered highly suspicious by some researchers. Memory issues. Lived near victims. Fitted a sketch loosely. Yet nothing definitive. In every case, investigators hit the same wall. No fingerprints, no DNA, no confession. The Zodiac existed between the lines, always almost identified, never fully revealed. In recent years, forensic genealogy has solved cases once thought impossible, like the Golden State Killer. This raised new hope. Could Zodiac stamps contain usable DNA? Could envelopes hold genetic material? Could modern databases identify relatives? But progress has been slow. Much of the mail was handled by many people. Some envelopes were sealed with glue, not saliva. Evidence has degraded. Still, investigators continue testing, hoping a breakthrough is only one sample away. Zodiac may have slipped into history, but science is catching up. Most unsolved cases fade over time. The Zodiac case didn't. And here's why. He communicated directly with the public. He wrote like a character out of fiction. His symbols created a mythos. His identity remains completely unknown. His letters feel like puzzles waiting to be solved. His crimes stopped abruptly, leaving no ending. He is America's greatest criminal enigma, a phantom built from patterns, taunts, and silence. Zodiac didn't just commit crimes. He crafted a persona that lived on long after the violence ended. The truth about the Zodiac Killer may never be known. He could have been a man driven by recognition, someone hiding behind intelligence and opportunity, a person who blended perfectly into society, or a name lost to time. But one thing is certain. His story changed law enforcement, media, and public fear forever. The Zodiac Killer was not just a criminal. He was a riddle, one that continues to haunt investigators, scientists, and the world. A signature. A cipher. A voice on the phone. And then silence. The Zodiac disappeared. But his mystery never did. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the Zodiac Killer. If you want more unsolved mysteries, cold cases, and true crime investigations, subscribe to Mystery Grid, where every story is a puzzle waiting to be solved.